So here, right, what we did, let's suppose here whatever it is there, the JavaScript function. I mean, we moved to some different JS file and we imported that JS file to our HTML. So that is also one example, right? I think we have already saw that one the last time. Okay, maybe that is there somewhere here. So this is the one, my JS, not this one. Somewhere project one or something. Yes, this is the one. So first we have written all the JavaScript function inside our HTML. Then what we decided, we don't want to write HTML code and JavaScript code inside one file. So that's what we separated. Then we moved all the JavaScript code to one of the JS file. Then we imported that JS file into our HTML file. This is the import statement. Okay, you will see this statement so many web applications. Okay, now what I want to do. Okay, let's go for this is our server, Ajax server, what I have developed last time. This, okay, no, I don't want to go for that one. Let me go back to our old application only. Okay, so this is our old application, project registration.html, successful.html, right? Okay, let me open this registration.html, and here, right, let's suppose I want to display one tag. What is this? One tag called h1. So that I want to display student registration, some heading, student registration form, student registration form. Okay, this is the title basically I want to display. When I will run this what is it? When I will run this page, and first I want to display registration form, student registration form, and below that I want to display all the fields. Okay, let me run it, and what is our project name? Project 1, right? I need to run my project 1 under that. Okay, what is the file name? Registration.html, right? Okay, so this is our page. So on the top, this is the one I have written. Student registration form.html, means student registration form. So what I want to do, I want to change this color. So how to change this color? There is a different ways to change the color. I'll show you all the possible ways. One is color equal to some red. I don't know the
style.
Yeah, tell me.
No. You said color, correct. Color equal to red.
Color equal to red. No, it's not working. Background color something.
Style equal to, no?
Style equal to
background color hyphen color.
BACK. So this one, style equal to background colon. We need to give some color. Some color I'll give green. So this is the one way to change the color of this page. I mean that particular tag, not page.
Okay.
Now color is changed. Okay. And there is another way to change the color. The another way is, let's suppose go to this one. So the another way is we have to create a tag like this. So previously we used to create a tag like script, and inside the script we used to declare all the variables, right? So that is the second way to create, I mean to assign the what is the style fields for this particular tag. Okay, let me create the second way. So we have to create a tag called style. So STYLE. Okay, style is a starting tag and this is the ending tag. So this tag is mainly used for CSS purpose. Okay, inside that we have to write the tags like whatever I said, background color. What is that? First one is, so there is so many fields is there inside the form, right? So for which field you want to change the colors, so we have to mention the tag name. I want to change the color for H1. So copy the H1, open tag and tag. Okay, so now for H1, right, there is so many fields is there, which one you want to modify. So let's suppose I want to modify background. So which color you want to give? I want to give gray, and you can remove this one. Why? Because now I don't want to write any colors at the field level. I'm writing I'm giving the CSS at the tag level. So this is the second approach to change the colors of the fields or elements. Okay, let me go and now it is in green. I had given gray. You see that the color is changed, right? So this is the second approach to change the color. You can give anything. So red. Okay, so this is the one way. This is the second way to change the colors. There is so many other tags also is there. So let's suppose take here and so border something I had given. Border is blue. So let me go back and see whether it will change or not. So it will not change. Why? Because there is no border for this one, right? First you have to give border some border size. Border width. I need to give width is 2. Now go back and refresh it. Okay, this for this field, right? It is not a table. For table, you will see some border. 2px. Now I think it will work. To mention dimension. Okay, next properties. So let's suppose, say for instance, if you want to uh, add some background image, so there is a tag called background image. So you can select this one and you can add corresponding image. Which image you have to provide the URL of the image. URL means C colon abc.png something. So this image, it will look for this image and it will apply for this screen. For time being, there is no image. Whatever I had given, right, ABC. So there is no such kind of image. So it will not display. You can give some real picture and it will display. So this is the way to change the properties by using second approach. Okay. Now what I want to do, I don't want to keep this style in my HTML. I want to move to a different page like how I did JavaScript, right? So I want to move like this. So there is a for that what we have to do, we have to create a separate file like how I created JavaScript, right? JS file. The same way we have to create a separate file in. So let me create a separate file first. What is the file name? File name I'll give my CSS, my colors. No, sorry, my styles. So this is the file name and the extension, right? What we have to do, we have to give CSS. For JavaScript, what I had given JS. For HTML files, I saved as a .html. So in this case, we need to save this file as a CSS and finish it. Okay. Now go back to our registration HTML and copy this code as it is, cut and paste here. Okay, now go back to this page and remove these tags. It's no more required.
Right.
Okay, now what I have to do, I will go back and refresh it. So everything gone. Why? Because we moved all the styles to different CSS, but we have not imported this file into our HTML, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what we are not getting anything. So now what I have to do, I have to import that file. So there is a syntax called so this is the some syntax. Link is a tag. Okay, let me close
Okay.
this tag. Link is the tag, and there is a inside that there is a field href. As part of href, you have to give the file, which file you want to import, which CSS styles you want to import. So I need to give my see. So just type here m and control space bar. It is trying to get the rest of the file name, and it will import that styles right into your page, and it will apply to that particular field wherever h1 is there. For all the h1, it will apply same style. Okay, let me refresh it. I need to mention some other fields. So href style. What is that field name? Yes. So
So
these two tags we need to include. If any spelling mistake is there, it will not come back.
we have to give this in a head only, not body.
No, you can give any. It's anywhere. No, it's not a problem.
No. Okay. Okay. I
So you
read
can give
somewhere.
any. So you can give anywhere. It's not a problem.
Mhm.
It will work. Where is our thing? It will work. See, now what I want to do, I want to add another tag like this h1 instead of student registration. I will add some other thing in downside.
Okay.
Form fields or end. Okay, so why I added, so this is different tag and this is different tag, but whatever I declared the variables, it's a global h. Wherever it will see the h, so for all the h related tags, it will apply that same styles. So one time you are writing and you are using the same styles everywhere.
Okay.
So this is the main purpose of that import, what is the import statement. So we are not writing, we are not giving any styles for this field, right? Are we giving?
No.
So we are defining in one place and we are importing that one and we are using everywhere.
Okay.
So this is the main purpose of this tag link. So I am telling, this you will see this, this kind of tag everywhere. Let me open some other page, Google, and let me view page view source. View page info. Okay, now I can able to see link style. If it is not there, let me open Facebook. Facebook view source blocked. So let me open the page source. If you take any website, did you see that there is a
Yeah,
link here?
link. Yeah.
If any website, right? So what they will do, they will write all their styles in a different page, and they will import that thing to their page. See here also, there is a JS file. Take any website. So they will write all JavaScript related stuff into the some other page, and they will import that one. This is
Okay,
also
here source equal to cms.js box over, right?
okay.
.js.
Uh-huh.
So from where it will pick up href is not there in this.
Where?
In the JavaScript, you see, just below.
Yeah, this is the
JavaScript.
source, right?
So from where it will pick up, href is not there, no? URL. Same
href,
URL it will pick up.
yeah, href is only for CSS files.
Okay.
For JavaScript, SRC. So
Okay,
this is
source from where it will pick it up?
so this is the location, right? Com CMS, it's a folder. Inside that JS is a separate folder. Inside that box over, this is a folder.
That is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But in the same link only, it will go that link and pull that JS.
Yeah, that is a different story. What is that different story? See there. Now you can able to see, right? CMS, JS,
Yeah.
box over.
That's what.
So that we can able to see their JavaScript code also. See, this is JavaScript they have written.
Very good.
So this will be very useful for you to know the field names or how they are using the logic if you want to debug. So everywhere, see.
What did you have a registration? Kala registration, nothing.
This is some I just randomly tried. Then I can
Yeah.
able to Kerala registration government website basically.
I can see the code. Yeah.
See here document.get element by tag name. And we are giving the field name. This is the way to read the elements. I think we have already discussed, right?
Yeah.
This is a standard JavaScript function for every web development. So
It's
in
like
your case, yes, in your case, if you want, what you will do generally, you will see this inspect element, something you will do, right? And by using this, you will identify all the fields.
Yeah. Correct.
And see, this there is so many JavaScript they're importing. So this is JavaScripts and some CSS files. So now let's suppose if you want to go for this link, just click here. It will take you to the corresponding link, and you can able to get that field mappings and all. Basically, we need to read tag by tag so that you will get every field name, element name. So everywhere there is div, and inside that same the buttons and all. Mark you. I think I explained you, right? This one mark you.
Mark it. Yeah.
That scrolling
Scrolling.
flash data kind of thing. So this is the mark you they are using, and they're trying to populate some data. See mark you. So whenever I select this one, right? See their mark they are trying to display here flash news. Did you see there? If they want to update any news, so they want to update under news update panel, so that you can able to identify what method they are calling, stop, start, height, width and all they are controlling by using this tag. So here news will be updated.
So
Okay.
I think some important things I have to remember always. Remaining things I can refer whenever based on the
Whenever you need, you need to Google it. Now you can able to understand, right?
requirement.
So this is also gallery. They are using some Flash.
And one more thing I found, a document dot get element by ID,
Mm-hmm.
and in the bracket will give the code,
ID.
single code
Uh,
ID, demo
yes.
or something.
Yes.
That ID will define through less than P. P means what?
P means paragraph kind of thing. Paragraph means, let's suppose, say for instance, um, take the same example. Let's suppose here P, starting P, and
Uh,
here we used to write some paragraph.
no, in the document, no, in the bracket, whatever is there in the
Document
document
dot
dot.
get element by. So this is the PID, paragraph ID.
Oh, pay ID. Okay, okay.
So I'm giving P1. If I
Hmm.
want to read this content, I have to use this ID. For
Okay,
every whatever element you define, you can define your own element also.
okay,
You can write XYZ and give ID equal to ABC and write something whatever you want here. You can read this by using ABC.
yes. Oh, yeah.
So that is the main purpose.
Okay.
Okay. So far this what is it, this HTML, CSS, validations, div, all those things are. I mean, you got some idea, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So now you got some idea about the HTML and Ajax. So now what we will do, I will start some different topic today.
Hmm.
So the what is the topic? You know that Angular JS I told you, right?
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
Angular JS is now in market. It's very hot. You know, if you say I
Hmm.
know Angular JS, you heard right?
Yeah, I know. I heard, yeah.
Angular JS. If you say Angular JS, you will get very. There is a lot of opportunities is there in market for Angular JS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So to start with Angular JS, what I want to tell you first, I will give some brief introduction. What is the difference between that is also JavaScript only. There is nothing is there. So
Okay.
so that is also the base is JavaScript. On top of that, by using simple JavaScript, they developed their own framework called Angular JS. It is developed by Google people.
Mm-hmm.
It is developed by Google people and it's a open source. So you can download and you can use it. You can use as it is. So no need to buy any license.
Okay.
And the what is the advantage of this Angular JS? There is some special features is there for Angular JS. So let me write something. So the first one is right. So Angular JS, it will it is having a three layers like model, view, controller. I will tell you what is model, what is view, what is controller. Okay, I'll tell you later. And the second one is it's very easy to test.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to test like module by module or integrate to by integrating everything together. So we will see that features why it's very easy. So you can able
Okay.
to test a particular piece, or if you want to test everything together, you can able to test it independently or by combining. It's very easy to test any part at any time. There is no much dependency.
Okay.
So this is the second advantage. And third advantage is right. So let's suppose basically for every application UI is there, plus
Mm-hmm.
some data also is there.
Yeah.
So UI plus data. So by if you will use this framework, right, let's suppose if there is any change in the data,
Okay.
if there is any change in the data, that change will automatically it will reflect at the UI side.
Okay.
So UI, so data means that one we used to call as a model.
Mm.
UI means view.
Mm.
You understand right now? UI
Yeah.
means view. I told you initially model, view, controller.
Yeah.
View means UI. UI part, whatever we are seeing, that one we used to call as a view. And next one is data. So data means model. And the next one is controller. Controller means what controller will do, no? Controller will create the model. Controller
Mm-hmm.
will create the data. So basically this is a framework. So this is the framework. MVC is a framework, and it's a kind of design pattern. Design pattern means, let's suppose whatever software we are developing, right? In a software, generally we have a set of problems, predefined problems, known problems. For these known problems, people provided some solutions.
Okay.
So that one we used to call a design pattern. So we in day-to-day software development, people know so many problems. P1 generally we may get sometime P2,
Mm.
P2 and P3. So like
Mm.
that we know some known problems. For these problems, people provided solutions. So
Okay.
these known problems, known solutions, we used to call as a design patterns. If you got P2, let's suppose in your day-to-day life, if you got P2 problem, go for the solution. If you got P3, go for the solution. So these are the predefined problems, and there is so many design patterns is there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there is so many design patterns is there. One of the design pattern is model view controller.
Okay.
Okay, one design pattern is um, model view controller. So whenever if I take any Java class, right, there are some 15 to 17 design patterns is there. I used to explain everything, but now I mean everything is not required for you. As part of this course, this much is enough. Model view controller.
Mm-hmm.
So what is model? What is view? What is the controller? What is the advantage of this particular design pattern? I will tell you. First, I told view means UI. A data means model. Controller means what it will do. It will prepare the data. It will connect to the server and it will fetch the data and it will create a proper model. So that is the purpose of controller. So here, right? So if there is any change in the model, so it will affect immediately at the UI side. So why we need to update? I will tell you. Let's suppose take an example. If you open any website, a time news related website, they will display on the top or some corner side the temperature, right?
Okay.
Temperature. So whenever if there is any change in the temperature, immediately you will see the update.
Yeah.
So if there is any change I'm telling about, if there is any change in the temperature in data, immediately we have to update to the UI.
Yeah.
So UI always it is open. So let me open some file for you so that we will. So this is Times of India. Okay, let me click it. See, somewhere they will display temperature. Did you see anywhere temperature?
Do one thing. Go
See
to
here,
yeah, yeah, Delhi
32
temperature.
degrees centigrade, right? Delhi. So here, right, let's suppose if the temperature is decreased, the page is always it will open, but this particular portion will be refreshed.
Mm-hmm.
So to refresh a particular piece, right, a particular portion, what we used previously, Ajax.
Ajax. Ajax. Yeah.
Ajax. And to do the Ajax programming, how many lines we have written?
5 lines. Actually.
Some 5 or 6 lines. Okay, 6 lines we have written. But if you use this framework, you no need to write that five or 6 lines.
Okay.
You no need to, by using single line or one line. By using just one line, you can able to update that particular field at any point of time.
Oh.
So that is the advantage of um, a model view controller.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean, so finally, it is always in sync, the UI and data.
Okay.
So this is the advantage. And we can able to test it very easily. No need server, nothing. Now, previously, how I tested Ajax, I have created two programs. One is server and one is client, right?
And yeah.
Two programs. We did lot of circus. But
Mm.
if you use this Angular JS, no need to do that much circus. The coding is very minimal, and you will see vast usage.
Okay.
So what I will do, I will to start. Let me start a simple program. So for first, what I had to do, I had to create one simple web application, dynamic web application, Angular underscore one. So the project name I had given Angular one,
Mm.
and I need to select 2.5 version and finish it. Okay, so this is a project I created, Angular one and web content. Inside the web content, there is no HTMLs. So what I'm trying to do, I want to create one simple index.html. Index.html I'm trying to create. Index.html. So this is a simple HTML, right?
Mm.
So nothing is there. Just I want to test my application is working or not. Hi. Just I displayed hi tag, hi content, and I want to deploy my web application into server so that I can able to access from the outside. So I deployed. I'm restarting my server. So now my application is deployed. I can able to see hi, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I told you, right? This Angular JS is developed by Google people. So whenever if you want to use that Angular JS feature, so they have developed one JS file. In previous case, I used to develop JS file, right? Every time I used to write a JavaScript code, and I used to move that JavaScript code into separate file, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So now what I want to do, I will not create any JavaScript file. So that Google people, they have already created a JavaScript file. I have to download it from the website. So there is a website called angular.org. So this is a official website. See, powered by Google.
Mm.
So you need to download one JS file from this website. Just download it. See, this is the JS file, angular.min.js. So I'm saving this file into my desktop. Save pages. So why? Because here uh, Google people, what they did, we know read some basic JavaScript function. By using that basic JavaScript function, so they have developed their own framework.
Okay.
So that framework we are using.
Okay.
So the first step is we have to download this angular.min.js file into our desktop. So it's already there. I already downloaded. Just I'm trying to replace it. Let me go to that. This is the one. Cut it and paste it. So I pasted. Sorry, it went. We have to paste into web content. So now I copied that JS file and I pasted into angular.min. This is the JS file and I pasted into web content. And this is my HTML file, right? So
Okay.
first what I had to, I had to import that JS file into my HTML, right? So because we are not writing any JavaScript file here, whatever Google people written, we are trying to import that JS file into our HTML page, and we are trying to use their features.
Okay.
So for that purpose, first what I had to do, I had to import that JS file. So how to import a JS file?
Link.
Not link. That is for CSS file.
Oh, CSS file. Sorry.
So this is for script.
Script.
Script, open tag, ending tag, and inside that there is a spelling mistake. So script is a tag. Inside that, type what is the type of that file, text or JavaScript, right? And
Yeah.
where is the location? src.
Source equal
See,
to. Yeah.
just I didn't type anything. src equal to control space bar, so it will come automatically. So it will recognize there is some intelligence is there. So for this HTML file or not for this is for Eclipse advantage. So if there is no Eclipse, then we have to type ANGU or something like that. If there is an Eclipse, right, just press Control Space Bar. It will look for what are the possible JavaScript files. There is only one file is there, right? So it will try to import immediately.
Suppose if there are 10, it will show all the 10, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
that is from Ajax only, right? No.
Behind the screen, they are using Ajax, Eclipse people.
Ajax. Eclipse.
So if 10 is there, if you press Control Space Bar, it will display a menu.
Menu. Yeah. That's
You
right.
have to select which file you want to import.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, now I imported that JavaScript file. So now what I want to do, so now this is our HTML, right? So now
Yeah.
let me go back and run it. So let me close this one. So this is an official website, angular.org. So you can download that file and you can paste into your application, and you can import that file into your HTML. Okay, the first step. Now what I want to do, I want to run this. Let me run this file. So now I got high, right? So now what I want to do, so let's suppose, generally let's suppose 10 plus 10 equal to, I want to display the 10 plus 10, what is the results? 10 plus 10 I want to display 20, right? So if
Yeah.
we want to do any operations, what we have to do, 10 plus 10, we have this kind of operations we are not able to do in HTML. In HTML we can able to display something, that's all.
Yeah.
If you want to write, if you want to do this 10 plus 10, what you have to do, I have to write a script tag inside the script, where what is the general process. Let's suppose, first let me show you the problem. SCRIPT, if I want to do the sum of these two numbers, what I had to do, I'm not able to do in HTML. I had to do some JavaScript
Document
coding.
dot write.
SCRI JavaScript coding.
Document dot write. Right.
No, no, not like that. Where ABC equal to, first I had to define two numbers.
Define variables. Okay.
Yes, correct. First I had define num1 equal to 10,
10.
and
Yeah.
where
Understand.
num2 equal to 20. After that, where sum equal to
Num1 plus num2.
num1 plus num2. So after that I had to display this one. I had to declare some variable document at get element by id equal to,
Hmm.
let's like I need to declare here input type
Equal to.
text and name.
Hmm.
I need to give something. After that, what I had to do here, I need to read document dot get element by id, this name equal to sum.
Hmm.
Then I can able to make the sum, and I can able to display this value. This is the way we are doing so far, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the way. So let's suppose now we have AngularJS feature. If we AngularJS functionality, so how to do the same thing by using AngularJS? Okay. Now let me remove this tag. It is not required. Let me remove this one. So my main function, my main aim is I want to display what is the 10 plus 10 results. So that is my main function. So to start with that, okay, let me run it and we'll see what is the results. Okay, if I'll run as it is, it will display 10 plus 10. So that is
Yeah.
not the right way to display it. We had to display 20.
20. Yeah.
So for that purpose, what I had to do, G hyphen, okay, let me write a separate div. I will take two divs, div. So inside the div, I am trying to write my logic.
Hmm.
So inside the div, I have written, and let me go back and refresh it. It will, there is no change, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So now basically it's not displaying 20. So for that purpose, what I had to do, there is an Angular feature. So open bracket two times. So this one is called as a bind expressions.
Oh.
Open two brackets and write whatever operation you want to do, and and two more close flower bracket. Okay, and go
Hmm.
back and refresh the page. But we didn't get the results, right?
Hmm.
So still we have to do some more step. So there is a tag called ng-app. So now go back to our page. Now we got the results, right?
Yeah.
20. So how many line of code we have written? We can say
Just
indirectly one line
one.
only, right? Okay, and what is the purpose of this ng app? Okay, let me copy the same line again, and I will paste it into downside. Okay, now I will remove this one, and I will go back and I will run it. See, you see the difference, right?
Yeah.
So what is the difference of these two div tags?
Div tag, there is no differences, and there is no ng app.
So what is the ng app? So this ng app is provided by Google people inside the JS file. So
Okay.
wherever you will see ng tag, under which
Mhm.
tag it is there, so it will consider only, it will apply the Angular JS feature only for this div.
Okay.
If there is no such kind of tag for any other tag, it will not apply that rules.
Okay.
So you will not get results. Means it's partially correct.
Yeah.
So for that purpose, instead of writing this ng app and a tag level, cut here and go here, right here head level.
Mm-hmm.
Then no need to write anywhere, and go back and refresh your page. Not there. Sorry, I've written it. See head is covered only till here, right?
Yeah.
So instead of head, we had to write here body level. So under
Mm-hmm.
body, whatever tags is there, so everything will get the AngularJS features.
Okay.
Now go back and 1020.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically the first execution the runtime feature will be get only when you are applying ng app tag, otherwise you will not get AngularJS features. Okay, this is the step one. The step one is not, this is the step two. The step one is we have to import the JS file, and the step two is we have to define the ng app tag, and after
Okay.
that we have to write the coding.
Okay.
Okay, let's suppose say for instance I want to check some other thing called, I want to check some mathematical conditions, like I want to check did 1 equal to 1 or not. So we are expecting true, right?
Mm.
So 1 equal to 1 true. So go back and refresh it, true. So let's suppose say for instance 1 equal to 91 we are expecting. So I will get as a false. So it's very easy, right, to write this much. If you want to do the say, if you want to compare these two numbers by using JavaScript, how many
Mm.
lines we have to write? Minimum 3 lines, right?
Mm.
But here it's very easy. Okay, and let me give some other example. Let's suppose in JavaScript generally how we are declaring a variable, where
Where with where tag?
right?
Where
Okay,
where?
yeah. So this is the one. So how we are declaring where names equal to, and here we are writing something, right?
Mm.
And here we are writing ABC, comma. So first name equal to name colon ABC, age 90. After that, whenever you want to retrieve, so where names equal to name equal to ABC, age equal to something. If you want to retrieve a particular name field, then again what you have to write name colon names dot something. So there
Mm.
is 2-3 lines we have to write here basically.
Okay.
Let's suppose the same thing. Let me copy this JavaScript code here. Okay, and inside that I want to take name field. Okay, let me run it and we'll see the results. Got it, right?
Yeah.
So what is the name? Name equal to ABC, and what is the age? Age equal to 90. So whatever
Mm.
field you want to retrieve, just right here, that's all. You will get as it is. You now you want to retrieve only age, retrieve 90. So in one line we can able to write that JavaScript code, right? So this is the another advantage. Let me show you some other usage. So in JavaScript, how we are declaring generally this array students, student students, used to write, and we used to write like this, and here student1, std1, and after that std2. And how many students is that? That many we are saving inside the array. We are storing bunch of students. And std3. So this is the way. How many students is there? You have to write like this. After that, let's suppose if you want to retrieve a third student, what we have to do? We have to write for loop.
Yeah.
You know, right? For loop we have written for to compare skills or country something. We have written a big for loop. We are comparing each element and we are checking whether it checked or not. It's a big logic, right? So here the same logic how we are implementing. Let's suppose, let me copy the same elements.
For I equal to
we have written a big logic in JavaScript. I mean, so now what I want to do, I want to implement that kind of similar kind of logic here. So this is my array. Now I want to take a last element. So for array, right, inside Java or JavaScript or any technology, the index will start from 0. The first element index is 0, and second element index is 1, and third element index is 2. So let's suppose if I want to take only the last element, what is the index of last element? 2. Now let me refresh it, and what I will get it? I'm getting student 3. Correct?
Yeah.
So it's very easy to manipulate arrays or JavaScript members compared to that normal JavaScript. So this is one of the advantage of this is a simple application. Okay, here I mean starting I told you, right, like what is that? Model, view, controller. So far we have not started anything. So far we are at view only, view.
Okay.
So far we are at view only. So what I will do tomorrow, I will create a model, and I will create a controller, and I will create a view. After that, what I will do, three parts I will create. Model I will create. Model means I can say indirectly data. So how data will be created? By using controller, we can able to create the data.
Okay.
Data will be created and it will be added to some data. Data means I can say like a student. Student is a class. Inside the student, first name, last name, email is there, right? So student I am calling as a model.
Okay.
Inside the student, we have different fields like first name, last name. These are the elements, right? Student is a model. Okay, inside the student we have first name, last name, email. There is so many fields is there, right? Okay, let me write register.html. So this one we used to call as a view, right? It is HTML and we are displaying to the user. So this one I can say like a view. Clear, right? View. Okay, now go back to model. Model, what is the model? You know, student. Why student? Inside the student, ID, name, age, email. There is so many fields is there. So this one I can say model. Okay, the last one is controller. What controller will do? No, controller will talk with the database. Controller will talk with the database and it will get the student information.
Okay.
And it will fill the student fields whatever it got. I mean, whatever we are getting from the database, it will fill the student object.
Okay.
Why? Because these fields, ID, name, age, we are referring at the UI side.
Okay.
You know, right? Like a document.get element by ID, student value equal to. We are assigning some value. like time, how we are displaying the timer, right? Time. So we
Mm.
are reading, and for every second we are updating that particular field, right?
Okay.
That same way we are getting from the database id, name, email and all, and we are updating at the UI side. So this is the relation between uh, view and controller of the model. You understood, right? What is the model and what is the view, what is the
Mm.
controller, what is the purpose? Okay, anyway, tomorrow I will create some 2-3 examples how to create a controller and how to create a model, and how we can see if there is any change at the model side, how it will reflect.
Okay.
Why? This is one so just basic I'm trying to give. And every time, right, I'm telling here. So data, previously how we are getting the data, we are creating a server, right? I created one server to get the
Okay.
states and districts. I created one service or server, I deployed it, and I'm trying to get it. So now I will not create any service, sorry, server. So there is a lot of open web sources is there, web services in internet.
Okay.
So I will use that one, I will get the data, and I will display.
Okay.
So web service means it's a big history. It's a separate big topic. I will not explain all those things. Just for why? Because it's required for us. So this is a web service. This is our application.
Mm.
Okay, this web service is deployed into. It's open to everyone. And it's open to everyone. So everybody can able to access. If they have internet, they can able to access it. So
Mhm.
that is the purpose of this web service. So web service will be created one time, and it will be deployed into one server, and entire the world anybody can able to access it.
Okay.
So what I will do, I will write one HTML page, and I will access this web service, and I will display the data here.
Okay.
So because indirectly I'm not going to create any service, I'm trying to use some open web services, whatever it is available in the internet,
Okay.
and I will display the data.
Mm.
So that we will see tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
So this is very important basically. If you're trying to go for web development side, right? If you
Yeah.
see I know AngularJS, then they will ask immediately what kind of pattern you are following. Then you will say model view controller. Then they will ask us, tell me what is model, what is view, what is controller.
Mm.
So controller, what it will do basically, it will connect with web services, and it will get the data, and it will populate model.
Okay.
So this is model, this is view, controller is a
Yeah.
moderator. What it will do, it will connect with the web services, and it will get the data, and it will fill model, and it will give back to
Okay.
user.
User.
So user will, but then we can able to see the data. So whatever it is there, the data on the web service side, we are getting, controller is getting the data, and it is populating the model, and again we are displaying to the user. So now this one we are calling as a view, and this one we are calling as a model, and this one we are calling as a controller. And this is not there in our environment.
Okay.
This is a web services. It is open to everyone. So everybody can able to access it, and they can able to use it.
Okay.
So tomorrow we will see how to create a model, how to create a view, and I'll create one simple example, and I will show you, so that slowly I will increase one by one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And tomorrow we will connect in same time. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, fine. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.